You know what I mean?
Focus. Fly. Keep running. What's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And this is Frelin Arts, the sub.
And we are Brewing Solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Yes, it is late. Get you some of the good stuff and get ready to caffeinate your evening with an incredible fun brew for you tonight. We are making sure that we connect the coasts tonight. So understand this is a coast-to-coast kind of brew. You know what I mean? Coast to coast. We're making the uniting happen with the East Coast, West Coast things, right? All of these things are becoming good tonight. We have Bruce Lee in the building, represented by
the water, my friends.
Water. Get you some of that. We use the best water to brew solutions here in the cafe. But we have a special bean, a special solutionary that we were so privileged to be able to meet, that literally is a foot above the rest. He is
tall,
head and shoulders above the rest. And there's something to say about
it. Was surprisingly tall. I was like
that.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Yeah, it was.
Whoa,
hey!
What's up, man? Because I always feel like I'm the tall guy, especially next to Lou, right? So,
Everybody
when he says a foot above the rest, he's not really a foot above the rest. He's more like 2 to 3 inches. But to Lou, he's a foot above the rest. But no, he's an amazing guy, dude. Just being able to meet this person in face to face, get a big hug in, and just talk and have a drink with me. I miss
an incredible hug. Guys, listen, all right, let's keep it real. I love people, and some people just don't know how to hug right? It'd make it weird. This guy makes a hug happen. And it's like, man, felt that. And nothing was weird about it. So folks, you know what I'm saying. I know you know what I'm saying. Those of you that are listening, you know what I'm saying. There's some people that make it really strange. Just give me some love. He gives love and does it incredibly right inside of an entire you can see him towering above people, giving love to everybody that he's around, and he does it inside of the club every single week. He is known as Mr. Get Up himself, right? He knows how to get you up just like that's why he's like really up there. Seriously, he gets
on the Monday get up, on a Friday get down. He knows what's going on. Everything in between, he's always doing something creative. He's always out there sharing his love, his positivity, Mr. Positivity, right? He's always doing things that are just special, man. And he's doing it out of the love of his heart. And you know what's crazy? Because of that, his world is becoming better. I know it is, because I know what that feels like. That's the mission I'm on. And that's why we have met with this guy. There's a thing about frequencies out there in this world. There's a thing about when you meet somebody because you're supposed to meet them, right? This is one of those people. This guy, just so freaking cool, man. Like the moment we met, we just had conversations. It was just like, hey man, let's just talk. We talked, and then we became friends, and we talked more, and then we got to meet, and then he FaceTimes us. Literally, will FaceTime me cooking some food, making me all hungry on the random, which is dope. I love that. He shares a lot. If you ever show up to one of his clubhouses, like on a Friday get down, right? And when you're there and you hear his story about his family, when you see his sister come on, they talk about how much they love each other, right? And it's beautiful. And then he just got done visiting. He shares a lot. And if you hear what he says, it's just about love. It's about sharing. And you could tell that I don't think he has a bad day in his life. I'm sure he does, but even when he does, he knows what gratitude is. He knows what really is important. and that's the family you have around you, the people you put around you. And man, that's all you really have is what you have control over in your mind. And I love this dude, man. I really do. I'm glad to have him here.
Yes, I am glad to have him here. And so many other people are glad to have him here. They know who we're brewing with tonight.
Oh, man, all day.
Michael Offmith is up inside of the cafe. Amanda, what's happening, sister?
Amanda.
What is going down?
Let's go.
Sanjay. Man, brother, how are you,
Whoa.
my friend? Gotta talk to you, my friend. There's a lot of encouraging news I want to share with you. Eric, what's happening, brother? Thank you for being consistent and rolling with us tonight. And my brother from my mother, Joey, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I love you. Thank you so much for always being here to support, and Facebook users all throughout the world that we never get to always see your name, or we don't get the chance to always see your name. But we thank you for being here tonight. And what did they say? Did you know original meaning of going offline was for rappelling down a mine shaft when the person disconnected from the rope?
Okay. Deep.
I didn't know that.
Hey,
I gotta
man.
say, I didn't know that.
Whatever, dude. But deep thoughts by Jack Handy.
No doubt. Thank
Love
you
it,
so
man.
much.
So here we go.
All right.
So
And,
absolutely think that this night is going to be special.
Yes.
I'm excited. Let's announce him, man.
let's
We
get
could talk
this
about
going.
it. We could build him up all we
Yes, we
want.
can.
Everybody, I can keep stacking because there's so many things I could stack. I could pull up his account over on LinkedIn and show you everything about this guy, right? But let's get into it. Let's get him some questions. Let's bring him in because his energy is dope, right? So let's get the dope energy in here and let's have some fun right now. You ready?
Go ahead and get this going. So car guys and car gals, do us a favor.
Let's do
and
this.
Go ahead and make welcome
Let's
the
do
one,
this. Share.
the only.
Share.
Oh, yeah.
Share.
Make sure we do
Make
that.
sure you guys
Tag
share,
a car
though.
guy.
Please do. We need some people to come in.
Tag a
And
car
after
gal.
you hear this name, share even more. And I want some coffee cup emojis. I want all that good stuff. Here we go. You guys ready?
Go. Mr. Tim Buich.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's going on, you handsome son of a Buich? Look at you. How are you, my friend?
Oh,
What's
I'm doing so
happening, man?
solid. Wow, it's Sunday night. We're heading into a crazy week of school starting. Kendra's getting her thing back up and running, and we got a lot of things ahead of us from my business perspective. But everything's all good, man. How you doing?
Oh, man, we have you inside of the cafe, so of course we are jamming out. This is an exciting night for us. We were pumped up that we were able to brew tonight about the subject that we're on, and to be able to pull a 5-liner out of you inside of the season that we're in. We are so excited that we get the chance to share some of your stories, some of your heart, and some of the love brew that is you. Right? That is the person that you are, and everywhere it is that you go, you shine bright, my friend. And we're excited to just lend you a microphone, lend you whatever it is that we can, a cup of coffee and a conversation with a couple of car guys. Let's brew. We're excited to have you inside of the cafe. Welcome, my friend.
I'm equally excited. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I am ready to get a 5-liner up and popping, but you know that there is
Before we do
a
anything,
special formula in order for us
secret
to
handshake.
be able to get things to the level that we do keep growing, and that's to apply the 3 F's.
3 F's: filth, flam, flarm.
No,
No,
those.
he already knows what it is. It's forget, focus, fly.
Oh,
Okay, my bad. It's the other one. Forget, focus, fly, which
That's
is
right.
way cooler and way better. This is the secret handshake, my friend. And the reason why it's a secret handshake is because you have to forgive everything, all the weight of unforgiveness on those shoulders that you're always holding for all the mistakes that you made in the past and all the failures that we call them. Here's the thing. We need to learn from those. So you have to let that stuff go in order for you to focus. And once you focus on what you want, and there's nothing can stop you. When you're super laser focused, you tend to get to where you want to be. You get there quicker, you get there better and stronger, so you can fly to all the places you want to go and keep growing, right? So let's make this happen, my friend. I'm excited. Forgive, focus, fly. You ready, Lou?
Let's
Count
do
it
this.
off.
Let's do this. On 3, car guys, car gals, and solutionaries all across the country tonight. We unite our wings to forgive, focus, and fly. On 3, 1, 2, and forgive, focus,
Fly, and keep growing. Keep
growing, keep growing. Yeah,
keep
there it is.
going. Let's go.
He's in.
Let's
He's
go.
in. We are now brewing
Let's
solutions
go.
with the best.
That's my man right there, dude. I love it. Let's go. All right. So, man, I'm pumped up. I'm ready to do this tonight. We got you into the club. You were official. Man, you're one of the solutionaries, man. And you're somebody that I'm looking forward to spending the next 5 years and seeing how far we can go, right?
Yes.
And I know that we're going to be keeping up with each other. We're going to be pushing each other and encouraging each other. Above all, we're going to be loving, right? So I love you, man. Thank you for being here tonight, folks. Tim Buich, man, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell everybody who you are, what you do, and we'll talk about why you do it here in a minute, but just who you are and what you do.
No doubt, man. So my name is Tim Buich, and I work with Pro, the organization, and have been on a long journey to get to where I'm on, the road I'm on now, and to where I'm at now. But as of right now, I'm in business development across the United States, working with dealerships all over the place and agents and agencies all over the place. I've been in Colorado Springs for the past 6 years now. The date just hit yesterday. It's been officially 6 years since we've been here. So
Wow.
kind of an incredible journey to make it out here from the Bay Area. What's up, my Bay Area crew? Hope everyone's doing well. What's up, Bay Area? Yay, area. Had to get that out of the way. So yeah, that's where I was born and raised, man. Bay Area is where I came up, and absolutely love going home to see my family and eat the really good food and see all the diversity, and it's just a good time every time I go back. That's where my people are. So haven't been here for 6 years. It's been a trip. We had 2 kids when we left California to come out to Colorado. Had 2 more. 3 of the 4 of those kids were home births. I don't know if you guys knew that, but
Wow, that's awesome.
we now
Wow.
have 4 kids. Absolutely no mas, no more. We are all done, and definitely no more. But it's cool to have turned that page in my life, in my book, and start writing the next chapter where we get to actually just focus on raising kids. So pretty stoked about where I'm at, and really excited to have guys like you in my life, because you keep me accountable to, Mr. Positivity that I like to claim that I am.
Yeah, you are, bro.
It's easier.
Sure.
It's easier when guys like you are in my life. So I appreciate you guys.
Well, you make it easy for us to be in your life, man, because you're very accessible, for one. 2, when you say things, you really mean it, and you're just, honestly, here's the deal. Like, okay, I even texted back to you. You had FaceTime me and we were talking food, right? You were showing me the things. And after we got off, my wife goes, "Who was that?" I was like, "That's Tim, man, blah, 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 blah." I told her everything about you. And she goes, "I could tell." I said, "Yeah, he's real cool." She goes, "I could tell." Seriously, you just came off that way. She didn't even see you, just by the way you were talking and conversing, because of the way you talk to people and the way that you share to people. It shows that you are that type of person. It's in you, right? You were raised by good people, or you were around good people. Something influenced you in your life, and I can't wait to get into that a little bit. But something pushed you to be that way, or something showed you that, or maybe you were shown the complete opposite and you decided that you were going to do this instead, right? Whatever it is, you were heavily influenced, and it's so ingrained inside you that when other people hear you, they don't even see you. They just hear you speak to someone else. They go, "Man, that guy's cool. I can tell. He just seems like just a good person." That's incredible. Off of a freaking 3-minute conversation about some yummy goodness that he was cooking up, man. And it was just so cool the way you were, and man, much love to you for that, man. To be able to have that inside you, that's a powerful thing. And I think that's going to take you so far in life. So that being said, first question, I'm not going to say it's my favorite. I'm going to stop that because they're all my favorite. And so it's going to be the last time I ever say that. So you can officially get it on this show. But that being said, my favorite question. What is your why? What's your purpose? What drives you every single day to be the best version of you?
Family, hands down. That is without a shadow of a doubt what makes me tick, what makes me run. There's nothing more important to me, period. There's nothing more to say about that. The ability to be a part of an organization that gives me the work-life balance of a dream, at least for me, something that I put at the top of the list for anything that I'm doing. Is there a way to spend time with my family and enjoy life? I see folks, working their butt off to make a living and try to make as much money as they can. And that is important. Money is a tool and it allows you to do really cool things. But I say it all the time. I mean, I take a little less to just have a little more freedom and do what I do on the regular. And that's to try and organize my life around family that I grew up with and the friends and family that I've built along the way. Because life is all about having meaningful relationships, and there's nothing more important. I've already said it a couple times, but family, close friends, living life around those people, there's nothing better than that. So whatever it takes to be successful enough to be able to do those things is what I'm going to have to do. And fortunately, I was born with this natural drive to just keep pushing forward no matter what, and try to help others, grow around me as well. It's not easy being accountable and looking in the mirror. I had a good conversation with a guy by the name of James Bernard earlier, and we were talking about tomorrow's call, and self-reflection was one of the things that came up, and it's tough. But, at the end of the day, I try to look myself in the mirror as frequently as I can to say, hey, I don't like that. I need to change this, or I need to fix this, whatever I can do to grow personally, professionally. And, it's gotten to be where I'm at today. I think you're right. I believe what you said is true about us being together for the next 5 years and watching each other grow. I think the sky's the limit, brother. I mean, that's really it.
No doubt about it, man. And with that type of purpose and drive and determination and having that in front of you, and just remember that always. And I know that stuff. I'm just preaching to the choir, of course.
Right.
We have viewers out there who need to hear it.
And this is literally right. Mr. Positivity.
Right. No doubt.
Right? And that's ultimately why we unite as all of these solutionaries that are wanting to come to wherever it is that we are, the marketplace, the actual career that we give ourselves to, the families that we commit ourselves to, the communities that we're responsible for. This is how we're designed to show up, is with the attitude that you have. And ultimately, you're looking for solutions that you can bring. What bag of solutions can you bring to whatever problem it is that you go to? Hunting out the reason to bring your solution. And it's to me, it's always so much deeper than maybe just the pursuit of the accomplishments in the space that we're in, right?
Sure.
Those things are so fleeting. And when you're anchored like you are to the family, when you anchored like you are to those seeds that you sow, the roots that grow from there, the fruit that comes from them, when you're so vested inside of that you live inside of that tension where it's very important that you care for yourself so that you nurture the seeds that are growing, but you also grow in a way that gives room for these sucklings to come up and reach for light on their own accord, right? And you don't impede their reach. That is the challenge of man. That's the human condition. It can get very wordy, and I will with it. But as I explain how I feel when I hear your heartbeat, and I feel you, right? I feel the person that is you. And this is our show, so we get the chance to honor you as much as we want. And
no doubt,
it's something that we enjoy, is the value of a person like you that's committed to not just succeeding inside of your own home, but being able to help literally unlock that and see that happen for other people in their lives. It's why we're trying to brew solutions. It's why I believe that there's great hope for this generation of professionals that are coming, because there's more of us that are starting to be like, hey, yeah, this is the jam. This is where it's at. This is the beat. This is the frequency, the tuning fork is getting in line, right? Get it? so getting, to try to bring it into a place where it actually, rhymes or makes a lot of sense. I'm just saying that there's something special when people like you find their rhythm inside of your own unique way. Then we really do get to play as a band. We really do get to play as a unison, right? All different instruments, but all one sound. That's where everybody gets to shine the best. And you, brother, you bring it right. Hey, No.
Well, there was, yeah, I love it. Wicka, wicka. There was a clubhouse call that we did, and gosh, I forget the gentleman's name, but he said something to me that just stuck. And basically, it just says this: be the energy you want to attract, right? So if you're looking for good vibes and you're looking for love and you're looking for growth, be that, and you'll attract that. So, what I say about family and friends and building relationships, you'll see in my clubhouse profile that, it says I'm the master of building new relationships. Um, I believe that, it's something that translates directly into what I do for a living. And so, yes, I went and got a 4-year degree at San Jose State to get, in hospitality, tourism, event management. But that's because, a lot of my life was spent as a people pleaser and trying to do things for other people. And as necessary as that is sometimes, I was forgetting a really important piece of it, and that was myself. Why was I doing the things that I was doing? Why was I letting anybody, cover my light or try to damp me out? It's taken me a long time to find a rhythm that feels right for me and try to shine as much as I can. It's not easy, as you guys know, to be upbeat all the time, but man, that translates directly into my business. If any of my partners say that I don't keep up with them or try to stay in touch as much as possible and offer them help however I can, then I've failed them. I want to be that resource for them, and I like to make it personal. Sometimes business and personal lines get crossed, but I don't know how to do business any other way. Like I want every position I've ever had, any career I've ever been in, there's always a few people that have stuck with me and I still keep in touch with today. And that's because they were willing to be real with me. So I think when you're real with other people and you can just be who you are and not change for anybody, in a good way, then you're going to attract that and you'll have relationships that stick forever. So that's my take on that.
Factual and actual. You know what, man? 100% on the money, bro. This is why we're friends.
Yeah,
because I believe that too. You are what you eat, right? So, like, basically, you have to be out there and make sure that you get put in what inside you or put out to the world what you want back. So, if you're always being negative, if you're always being the guy who tells people they can't do something, or if you're never trying to help, what do you expect you're going to get back? The complete same thing. Crazy thing is, a lot of times, even if you do that, you still get something because the world's still trying to show you, hey, we love you. But eventually they quit doing it because it's pointless. It's like, it's like beating a dead horse, right? The old saying. So you don't want to do that. You want people and want to help, and you want to pour into people that are ready. They have the cup and it's empty. They're like, please fill me up, man. Let's go. But sometimes people don't. And sometimes you just have to keep loving on them and eventually they'll come in. But a lot of times, sadly, they're not, and you wish that you could, but it's a time and place. Everybody has a time and place and they get there, right?
Yeah.
But that being said, man, no, you really have a good way of putting that there. The way that you put out into the universe is what you're going to get back, my friends. So make sure that you put out good and love and positivity, even when it's bad, because that's when you really need it. So put it out even more, because the bad is actually supposed to be there to make life interesting. I think I always say that, like, there's the hurdles. If you learn to jump over hurdles, it's pretty fun. You're watching the Olympics right now and you see the people who run the hurdles, man. That's a crazy run. I saw a lady and I felt so bad for her. She was going in her Olympics and she was getting ready to hit the first hurdle and she kind of did a stutter and just fell right into the hurdle. Imagine training 4 years for this one race and that happens right there. I mean, that's horrible, but she got, with grace, she got up. I'm sure she'll get over it. She's a champion, period, for being there. You just to be at the Olympics, to be able to compete at the Olympics, and she'll understand. I know that sucks. And I felt so bad for her. I was like, oh my God. Because I heard, from what I understand, incredible hurdler, like probably was going to finish with a medal. Right. And it just, those things happen, but you learn from that and you understand how to get stronger from that and what not to do, like not to stutter right before the first hurdle. But I mean, if you've ever tried to jump over a hurdle, folks, it's not easy. They make it look easy. Trust me. The technique they do is so real. It's so perfect. It's like they barely get right over it, and in their timing with their feet, it's so incredible where they don't lose speed. Unreal. But anyway, It's so right, man. So I'm glad that you understand that and that you feel that, because I feel that, my friend. Because you put out the positive, I put out positive. I found you. That's how it came.
Yeah.
Tim Buich came to me. There he is, and there he is at Digital Dealer Tampa, right there in front
Damn,
of me.
Big old
right
hugs. You already know. You already know. Big old hugs. That's something that has been consistent all my life.
Like,
People
pick
tell
me
me all
up.
the time. You're right though, Lou. It's some people, you give them a hug and they're like, "Yo, when are you gonna stop touching me?" I'm like, "Man, just embrace it. Just
Take
go
it.
with it."
Love, man. Take it.
It's so funny. You know,
Some
that
people just
reminds
a little-
me of a concept that I came up with about 3 years ago called My Life. I don't know if I ever told you guys about this, but um, my life stands for, it's an acronym: me, you, everyone. And the original concept was to do something every single day for yourself, for another individual, and for everybody. So could have been, 20 minutes of prayer in the morning, or an exercise, giving somebody a compliment, or helping someone carry their groceries in or out from the grocery store, and then maybe picking up trash or something like that. Obviously, that's a bit extreme, but the point is, most of that acronym and most of that concept is about other people. But I think the most important piece of it is the me part: me, you, everyone, right? If I can start with myself and figure out how to really just stay in touch with myself and work on myself, and find ways to improve, especially in the areas where you feel like you may not need it the most, um, or need it the most. It's just the best chance, like you were saying, to have an overflowing cup so that you can do better and help others achieve that same thing. It's some folks think that's a little bit selfish to put yourself first sometimes. And to that I say, it's okay to be selfish sometimes, man. Sometimes we gotta block everything else out
You have to
so
be
that we
self.
can take care of ourselves, and then in turn, like you were saying, make the world a better place, right? So don't forget about yourself. I know that that's pretty challenging for folks, because you want to give and help others, but you
Right.
got to stay in touch with yourself too. I think that's a big piece of it.
Yeah, and it takes patience. Sometimes things
Big
happen
time.
overnight, but most of the time they don't. So when you want to do things, like, you have to be able to give people, like, if you want to give money, right? If, let's say that it's that type of thing, right? Where you want to be
Mm-hmm.
able to donate and stuff. Well, you have to have money first. And then you have to
Mm-hmm.
have extra money, because you have to have you have to be able to take your bills, pay for your food, get yourself to and from work. You have to have all these things. And I'm not saying you need excessive things, but you have to have essential things, right? So you get these essential things so you have to have that, and then you have to have excess, once again, to be able to give. And that's great that you do that, and people want to do that. 100% do it. But at the same time, it's so much better when you take care of yourself and you work on your game and you get your business up and you start working, you start making more money, whether it's a promotion at work, whichever your goals are, promotion at work, starting your own business, creating a multi-million-dollar business, going to the freaking Mars, right? Whatever you want to do, you have to, like, start somewhere, right? Just keep it growing, right? I just jumped from here to whoa, right there to Mars, but that's life. I mean, Elon Musk, look what he's doing, right? So I'm just saying, like, people are doing it. Look at, I mean, Richard Branson, hello, right? I mean, it's crazy. And then now you got Mr. Space Cowboy, Jeff Bezos, wanting to go up in space and do his thing. So it's amazing what we can do when you put the work behind it. But guess what? They were kids that wanted to do that at one point. Now they started a business that they had to work through, give up, make failures, go through failures, fix it, go back through it again, do it again, one more time. Okay, now it worked. Now I'm a millionaire. Now I'm a billionaire. Now I can go to space if I want to and make spacecrafts, and I can do anything I want. And it's crazy, because that's what this world is about. People don't think it's possible, but it is. But you have to put work behind all that faith all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's possible with the right mindset. It's possible if you really have positivity and you put it out there and you get the right network and you start working. It's all possible. Life is possible.
Yeah, it is. And you said something earlier that had me, that triggered something for me about, even when things are tough or really hard or dark,
Mhm.
you still got to put out positive energy. I think that you are right. At the same time, it's important to acknowledge the tough times and the darkness, and embrace that and process through that, so you
Right.
understand what it is that you're facing, and you come out stronger on the other side. So I loved what your perspective on that and wanted to just kind of add to it.
Dude, you're right on the money. And I
Love
appreciate
it.
that perspective too, because that's
Yeah.
exactly right. Because those things, like, when we talk about forgiving isn't forgetting. We didn't say forget, right? Don't forget,
Right.
forgive it.
Right.
Because you have to learn from it. You have to embrace it, like you said. Embracing the crap of life is something that you have to have gratitude for too. I'm so glad I went through that, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have met the people I met today. I wouldn't have gained that knowledge to not do that way, right? Even when it's one of those things you're like, man, I just know I shouldn't have done, right? It's just one of those things you learn from, and it's okay. You're going to be upset about things, and it's going to be okay to be upset about it. We all are human beings. We all, we all are not one of us is perfect, nor will we ever be even close to it. We can just strive to be as perfect as ourselves, our own personal selves we can be. And really we can be in that sense. And if you think about your own personal self being perfect, being the best version of yourself, that's possible every single day. It's not, doesn't mean that you're perfect, but you're perfect personal, that you could be yourself. Right. So just be the best that you can be every single day. And when you go to bed, just know that you were honest, doing all those things that you want to do by having love, honor, faith, being adaptable, and being consistent with it all. Then you can go to bed feeling good. Like, hey, I'm a certified solutionary.
Boom. Sleeping.
The only thing that's painful right now is my lower back. So I think today's a win. I got this.
It's a big win, right?
No, but this is an incredible conversation for those of you that are listening and watching, and thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Listen, this is something that guys don't necessarily take the time to want to talk about. This stuff gets you all gushy inside, right? It gets you really feeling what's happening inside of you, having to adjust your posture. And that's something that everybody's had to be able to zero in on. And everybody's had a year. Now they have a year and a half, right, of this time that we've all shared together. We're all going to be able to point back to this paradigm shift inside of humanity, where we had to build something at home, and we had to really figure out what it is that we are at home with ourselves, right? Putting that perspective on ourselves is so key, because it puts you at ground zero. You become aware of yourself. The best thing you can actually do in order to be able to help anybody else is be aware of what it is you have to help with, right? And so if we're being real, it's so important that daddy eats good, because his kids need to eat good, right?
I get the big piece of chicken,
right? I gotta do. I have to be able to provide on a different level for all of those that are depending on me. So I must be cognizant of the honor that I have to take care of myself. And you're so key, because there's a commandment in the Bible that says to love your neighbor as you love yourself. The thing is that we reverse it, and we often love our neighbor the way we understood love to be towards us, the way that maybe we even love ourselves. We probably have a bad understanding sometimes of whether or not we're even do love. I think that's a big issue that we deal with. That's why forgiveness is the key that we unlock the focusing and the flying with, right? You have to be able to get past certain things that muck and mire you up, right? And whether it's on a ball court, whether it's inside of a kitchen, whether it's on the car lot, whether it's in a business deal, you know what I mean? Or whether somebody spilled some coffee on your shoes, whatever, right?
Yeah.
There has to be a level of forgiveness that you operate in consistently. That becomes your rhythm. That becomes your actual flow and the frequency that you're on, is that no matter what gets on you, it gets off of you quickly, because you're going in a direction that has to help other people. So it has to get wiped off, right? You got to Harlem shake some stuff sometimes, right? And you're right. You have to acknowledge it, right? You have to acknowledge it. But man, I mean, I could preach on this all night, and I honor who it is that you are. This kind of a conversation makes me feel something inside, and I want car guys and car gals to feel that out. But the thing is that there's car gals that are getting a voice now, and they feel differently. Women feel differently than men. Okay, and we are aware of that. Okay, we're smart enough and versed enough amongst the women that we've been reared by to understand that women think differently, and it's better. We all know that it's smarter. We get that, and we're trying to think a lot of times on their level, but that's not often what it is that they want from us. They, you know what I mean? And we are now championing with so many other people to try to make sure that they get the chance to just do them and everybody around them be comfortable with it, right? Just like we want to do us and not infringe on anybody else to do them. We just want to let people know, hey, they belong inside of this room. They have something to say. Let them say it. And you're the one that probably needs the adjustment. You know what I mean? There's so many times that you can pay attention to what the woman's saying and the guy's saying, and you're like, yeah, dude, it ain't her, man. I'm just saying, bro, fix this and you'll be good. You know what I mean? There's so many times you can see that. And when we start this conversation with so many passionate people in this business, it starts to churn up people that then can be identified and welcomed into the conversation and respected, that are gentlemen like yourself, right? That are not just raising a daughter and honoring a wife, but being able to know how to treat women in the marketplace and open a door for them, because that's what's right? That's how we're raised. That's how we should do things. And that's in business. That's figuratively and literally. Okay, my son is very well coached that his mama's never opening a door around him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Don't you let her touch that door handle. You know what I mean?
Nice.
That's how he is set. It's a kind of like a game for us. Like, you better catch that. You know, like she'll be starting to walk. Come on, we gotta go. And it's like, but it's a commitment at heart, though. You know, that we do open that door and we do honor properly. And we're just trying to raise that up. And we're just thankful that we have you here doing that. But you open a door for so many people on your platform, especially inside of Clubhouse. And you make sure to connect a conversation together. You bring it up and then you take it down, right? And we believe as solutionaries, it's important that you have a strong or powerful start and a very strong finish, right? And as we're doing that and we're brewing solutions together here, my question to you is, why is it so important that you do connect that conversation? Because it is always such a great conversation. Your questions are incredible. The way you stir up those rooms, fantastic. Absolutely love it. And I love what comes out of it. Why do you do that? Why is that particular show flow what it is that you're so passionate about?
Well, again, part of me is a little selfish. It's addicting to be positive and have people around you that hold you accountable to do that, right? It's easy to say it, but when it's Sunday night and it's super late, like, you know, I'm going to go to bed later than I'm supposed to tonight, but what am I going to do tomorrow? Call off the Monday get up? I can't do that. We have our longest Monday get up ever tomorrow, and I'm stoked about it. Well, it provides some structure, and for me, it just honestly, it just fills my heart with tons of joy to be able to put something out there and have people gravitate towards it and just thoroughly enjoy it. You know, when someone isn't into something and they don't want to do it, they're going to find their way to not do it, right? They're just not going to. True. And I'm not going to sit there and try to encourage them to do something they're not going to do. It's not my job, and they're going to do them. For me, being consistent and having something to look forward to start the week off on a good mental thought and slingshot myself into the week with something that's just, I have control over that. So why not do it, right? Other people are into it. I can't tell you why they show up every week, but they like it. They want to come be around that energy and accomplish the same thing. Maybe it's slightly different for each person, but people show up, and I like that. You know, it's great. Fridays, what better way to close that off or come back down than I call it the download. You know, what were some good things from your week? Well, hell yeah, let's celebrate that together. You know, we eat together, we drink together, we go to events together. Why can't we make this a part of our togetherness and something that brings people together? You know, there are so many people that are trying to make the automotive industry so much more attractive and change the industry. I don't care if you're in automotive or not. Like I'm just happy to make a difference in automotive, which is fantastic. I'm in automotive. I love that I'm making an impact in that industry, but we have people in that room from all over, and I'm just glad I can do my part for the automotive industry. So full circle, it's just really nice to be able to start the week off on a positive foot, close it on a positive foot, and have a sense of community around a common vision or a common energy, whatever. This is for you, Brian.
There you go.
Yo. So
Oh,
that's
Brian.
kind of
What up, Ron?
that's kind of what that's if you peel back the curtains, that's the honest truth. There's a little selfishness to it because I love it, but it's also providing a space for others to join me in that and celebrate that together. So that's really what it's all about.
That's
Freaking rad.
I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but we have a good time doing this. We have a little fun doing what it is that we get the chance to do together and having fun with you, right? This is, we're having the time of our life, and it's so therapeutic to be positive, right? That only makes you want more positive. It's only more good feeling that you create after you listen to one good song. What do you want? Another good
More
song,
good songs.
right? You have a good cup of coffee. I want another 3. What I mean, it's something that we do. We just so connect so well on, and you're consistent with it, brother. We honor that, and it's always fun to hear what it is that comes out inside of the rooms. It's always awesome to hear great news, and that's ultimately what he's doing too, is having great news meetings, right? These are great news meetings with all these great people, and we
No
love
doubt.
it.
He's getting up and he's getting down. That's what you
right.
do when you dance, right? So he likes to dance. So that's what it is. We've had a great time. We've had some fun things. He's done a dance challenge. We did all those things. It's been a good time growing with him, showing with him, and flowing with him, right? So, I'm excited. There's a lot of things that are fun coming up. Being that you're on Clubhouse, you're crushing that. You're having a good time with that. You come from a line of family that's been in the automotive business for a long time, but you initially left and tried to do something else and came back to it. We know the story, but you came back and you're coming back strong. And I think that you're going to leave a legacy on this thing called the automotive industry that is going to really change some things. And I'm looking forward, like I said, we talk about this 5-year thing. I'm looking forward to seeing us 5 years from now, because it's going to be a beautiful thing what's going to happen over this 5 years. Things are really happening, popping off for everyone. I know they are for you, man. I guess the next question I would have for you is, coming up, you did a little shift. What brought you back into the automotive industry after being a family legacy type thing, being encouraged by your parents to actually go try something else, right? And then now you decided to come back. What brought you back? What said, I need to get back in the automotive industry?
This might sound cliche, but family. Honestly, it was a way to be closer to family and allow myself more opportunities to do the things that I wanted to do. I grew up on the retail side of it, right? So in dealerships, I was pretty much raised in those, and dad owned several, grandpa owned several, uncles. It was just that was just part of what the deal was when we were growing up. But parents really wanted me to venture out. I came back because I saw an opportunity on a different side of the automotive business that I thought would give me more chances to be with a family of 4. And it just happened to be the right opportunity at the right time. So I took advantage of it, and I haven't looked back since. It's been absolutely phenomenal to get back into the industry, get pumped full of adrenaline all the time.
Yes.
I think the more that I do this, the more that I realize that how damn consistent and persistent the automotive industry is to fluxes in the market and changes. And I mean, you can swing as hard as you want at the automotive industry. They're going to innovate. They're going to change. They're going to do what they can to stay afloat.
No doubt.
And it keeps proving that over and over. So that was a big factor for me to be able to see, hey, this is a business that's strong. And even when you maybe knock it on its butt, it's going to come back even stronger. And so that sense of security was helpful. And at the end of the day, I take the same approach with every position, every job, every industry, and that's to be the master of building new relationships. That's just, I don't know how to do it any other way. And so I found amazing people in the car industry. I knew that I would. It's just a matter of finding all these little needles around the United States, AKA relationships. And it's been phenomenal. I've got people all over the, New York and Florida and Alaska and, Arizona. What's up, Mike Offmuth, California. There's people all over the place that I would have never run into had I not come back into this industry in particular. And it challenges me, like I said, you got to be innovative and you can't just do the same thing over and over. It's going to change over time. Some things are quick, some things aren't. But at the end of the day, family, sense of security, the people, and just, being persistent, being resilient.
Love it, man. And, that's absolutely right. I love when you talked about having to understand there's going to be changes and you have to be basically be adaptable. That's our fourth core value, and being consistent with all those things. You talk about family a lot, and I love that because I know that about you. There's no doubt. I think all three of us agree that we're all family men here. We all love our families to death, and that drives us all to be the best version of ourselves. There's people out here that understand how amazing you are. It's not just because your hugs, it's because the energy that you put out there with the hugs, right? It's also the energy you put out through this lens, the energy you put out through a phone, the energy you put out, period. We talked about that at the beginning. You talking about putting out what you want back, man. And I love that you're doing that. You got April Palmer down here talking about you are the best at making people feel seen, heard, and cared for, the master of relationships.
What up, April?
April, Miss her leg. Oh God, I hope she's healing.
She's a rock star.
She's a total rock star.
Super.
And she's got nothing but great things ahead of her, and she knows that. And I know she's going.
Right here. She's locked in.
We talked about hurdles earlier on our show, April, and you're the hurdler at the very beginning. You just went through it, boom. But you're still a champion, and you know that. Guess what? There's another opportunity to be the world champion, and you're going to be the world champion. Your greatest things are still yet to come, and I know all three of us agree with that. You're a wild one, and I love that. But your passion, exceeds everything and everyone out there. So go out there and crush the world because the world needs you to do that. So, and she knows how to do it. So what up?
And keep crushing dance challenges. Ayo.
She did. She crushed it.
She crushed it.
Breakfast Club up in there, and I was rolling. I was like, oh, that is dope. That is dope. And she did. She got the most interaction out of all of us.
True.
Ladies always smash us.
They
always smash us. But
because they kill the social media game. They know how to do it. They know how to connect with other people and get people to connect back. It's because they're amazing. So April says, check out what Tim is doing on the Clubhouse tomorrow morning. Heck yes. It's because I'm having an amazing group of friends. Always lifts me up.
She be lifting people up too.
So much. All right.
Yes.
Wonderful stuff. So, folks, life is going good. This is a good rhythm going on this show. We even went outside our normal questions. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but that's okay. We're having fun with that, and it's groovy like that. We're having a groovy time, folks. And if you're not having a groovy time, you're not here getting on the get down and the get up. We're here in the cafe. For Eleanor, Prime Hero with Lou Ramirez, car guy. And we're back. Tim Buich, you're right. He's one crazy son of a bitch. Let's go. Let's go. All right.
So
that was amazing.
I love it, man. I'm having a good time tonight, brother. This is fun. I'm so glad to have you on the show. I'm so glad we're doing this because, dude, you're just good vibes, man. I'm looking forward to getting into the next week, starting with you. And that's the best way. We're currently here in Kentucky, where I'm at. We are officially in the next day. We are Monday.
Yes.
Today is the 2nd of August. Right now, here where I'm at. So I'm
We're
in the future. I'm telling you right now, Tim, the future is
Hello.
great. The future is very nice.
Yes.
The future
good
is
news
great.
coming.
That's the thing.
I want more good news from the future.
It's all amazing. Yeah. So it's all good stuff, man. Everything is wonderful. Wunderbar. So yes, man. So from California, now he's in Colorado, my friends. Colorado Springs, to be exact. That's actually where my brother was born. So that's cool, man. Awesome stuff. So Lou, what you got next for him?
All right. So this is Mr. Positivity, right? This is Mr. Keep the party going, runs into so many different challenges. And again, we can spend a lot of time in the conversation of really that darkness only lives where light doesn't show up. But that's a talk for an entire different day. right? My man Tim is a light. He does bring it wherever he goes. Even when it is dark someplace, he turns it on. And he shows up the same way consistently. That's why he's a solutionary and on the show and brewing some Car Guy coffee with us. But he's taken one on the chin once or twice. He's taken a slug to the gut. He's experienced a gash or two in the process. So, Tim, what has been the toughest or the hardest lesson you've had to learn in the pursuit to where it is that you are now today?
Well, shoot, I had to figure it out pretty early. I was 22 when we got pregnant, unexpectedly, and learning my ability to just kind of do things on the fly. Like I said, I was 22 when we got pregnant. I've had to learn a lot of things as I go, and one of the most challenging things to do for me, especially as a person that grew up as a people pleaser, is to hold your tongue or not speak the truth when you've got something to say. And it's not that you just have the freedom to say whatever you want whenever you want. Yes, we have freedom of speech, but I'm just when you're trying to be intentional with somebody, or you have an idea and people are counting on you to be honest with them, speak up. Do the right thing. Speak up when you can. Be honest with people, because being honest with people is, I think at the end of the day, they appreciate that so much more. And it feels better from the inside to just kind of get things off your chest than to have to deal with them later. So, omitting truths or dodging conversations to try and avoid something that's going to be challenging only leads to things that are going to be more challenging in the future. So, letting things linger, sweeping them under the rugs. Fortunately, I wasn't raised that way, but the few times that I tried to just kind of get around or skate around something, or it just didn't turn out well for me. So I try to have things addressed immediately, and not so fast that I make irrational decisions. I've had to create a personal pause button for myself for that actual. That's another thing about the My Life concept. I created my pause button, which gives you the opportunity to slow down for a second. Very rarely do we run into situations that are an absolute emergency and we have to make a decision right now. And so if you give yourself the opportunity to pause, reflect on what's going on, and then proceed, a lot of times we come out with a better result than if we just make something happen impulsively or without giving ourselves a chance to think about it. And it's okay to ask for time, but essentially being honest with people, asking for time if you need it to address difficult conversations, and just challenging things kind of not head on, but don't be afraid to approach tough situations, especially with relationships. If something's bothering you, tell somebody what's going on. I had to do that within the past 2 years with a really good buddy of mine, and it was challenging, but I just laid it all out there, told him what was going on, what was bugging me, and that was like a release. It allowed, like, kind of like you guys are saying, it's not that I forget what's going on. I'm just kind of forgiven, and I'm able to grow because I don't have that little barnacle sucking the life out of me or whatever it may be. But yeah, without rambling too much, honesty and addressing things head on with people.
No rambling at all to me, brother. I thought that was money.
Okay.
Yeah. And honestly, like that integrity thing, that not omitting things, when you do that, that is lying. It's always lying, and lying always leads to just garbage. And that's something that we all need to figure out. People as humans, man, why are we lying to each other all the time about everything? It's like almost it's like lying to lie to lie to lie. It's like, why? When you can just step back, be you to the fullest, and just tell people how it is. I know it's difficult, folks. It's hard. A lot of times it's easy, but then there's those times it's hard. When it is hard, that's the best time to be honest. Because like you said, man, there's that, okay, like when you don't ask that question or you don't talk to somebody about something because it's bugging you, right? When you don't do that for so long, it festers so deep because of the what if so much, and you don't really know, and it may not even be anything, But because you're pushing it in your head and you make it become something so much, you put so much energy towards something that's not even there because you never even talked to them about it. And it makes it worse when you could just let it off the chest, and then you both understand, you're both on a level ground. They can tell you their side, because there's always two sides to every coin, folks. So you have to hear both sides. And then they may just agree and say, I'm sorry. And they just didn't realize that it was something that caused that kind of an issue. Or it may be a situation where they're like, that's just who I am. That's how I get down. It's Friday.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. I guess if you just boil down what we're saying and summarize it, just honest communication. Communication is just so huge.
I think that's talk about honesty is when you don't have weight on your shoulder anymore. That is part of forgiving. You know, when you forgive all your lies, you can just, okay, it's okay. Here's the thing, we can. Everyone else, I lied so much, I can't. Yes, you can. It's called right. The past is over with. It's nothing you can do about that, but you can start right this moment. Every time you talk to somebody, be honest with them. Maybe make that phone call and tell somebody the truth. You know, it helps. It really helps a lot. Like Tim so beautifully said, even though he thought he rambled, he so beautifully said that if you do that, it literally will. I mean, it just makes it so much better to get it off your chest. You feel so much better. You can move on with life. You really can. So, man, heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible to just understand that, you know, coming to that realization is sometimes you got to live through it. My daughter is so like me in so many ways, and we feel like she might be developing a little bit of anxiety. And trust me, we're somewhat old school when it comes to that. We're like, yo, what is the deal, Gianna? Just go to bed. What are you tripping about? You know, she's like getting in her head, and there's things going on that are tough, and we want to help her process through things and be like, hey, when I was in 4th grade, this is what was going on for me. If you could just not do those things, it would help. Sometimes you just got to live through it and learn yourself.
Right.
And
it's so true.
Anyway.
And you said a key word there, that's process. And that's something that we do have to take the time for. And you touched base on it earlier, right? It's making sure to take the time to process things. Processes take time, right? Depending on what your process is will depend on the type of quality that you produce. And you're producing incredible family examples out of your children, out of your spouse, right? And this is again why it's so important that we brew up some solutions for everybody, that people can see that you can approach this life and run into a lot of negative things. But remember, if you're a problem solver, and that's truly the badge that we run by, where everybody wants to say they want to help people, everybody wants to be a problem solver, until they run into problems, then they got problems with the problems, right? Until they start saying, let me brew a solution for this. This is why it's important that you do that, and that you do honor that. The communication is so key. And yes, it is a challenge for everybody to be able to make sure that they do just bring the real. And sometimes it's hard, but ultimately the hard things are the healing things, right? You got to go through some of that hard rehab in order to walk right again, right?
It's facts. Like lying it's the same thing. So like the more lies you do, the easier it becomes, right? Because you just have to. At some point, you just start lying so much that it's just like you lie. It's the complete same effect with telling the truth. The more you tell the truth, the easier it becomes, because now you don't have to cover up anything. It's all truth now. And that's so, like, somebody could say, you were here. No, I wasn't. Because I do, because I'm the truth man now.
Oh, man.
I'm not Mr. Positivity. I'm Mr. Honesty.
I've been the worst liar all my life. I could never get away with anything when I was growing up. My parents knew. They just look at me and be like, yo, what happened? And I'd just be like,
okay. That's how it is. I would either look away. My dad would say, you got one chance. Tell me the truth.
Yeah, man. We'd always get in trouble, like, you know.
Okay, Dad. Yeah, I did this, and I broke it. It was me. I was the one.
We had two options. You could tell the truth and get in a lot less trouble, or you could lie and be in way more trouble.
Yep.
And I don't know. I was able to do a lot of cool stuff with my parents' trust, and you know, a lot of times you got to trust in somebody else in order for them to trust in you.
Yeah. Okay. It's true, man. You got to earn it. Everything is like that. You know, because the trust when you're a child is so different than when you're like, because the reason why is, as a parent, when you're putting trust in them, it's beyond trust. It's like, you love them so much, you don't want them to, like, they leave the house, you're like, please come back alive, right? You're so worried about the world on your child. So it's not just
Right.
trusting your child that they're going to, it's everything else in this world that gets thrown at them, right? And you're like, please choose the right. But we all do a great
Yeah.
job. We all, if you love your child and you talk to your child like they're human beings, not like they're animals, right? Not like they're like supposed to be, subordinate. You talk to them like, hey, really, this is the best way because of what I did. But I understand you're going to make your own decisions. Just when you get to those positions, please just make the best decision you can. Please just do that, because here's what can happen if you don't. Here's what can really, the worst
Totally.
thing that can happen is you don't come home tonight. And I don't want that to happen. I want you to come home. And I'm sure you
No.
want to come back to this amazing bed you're sleeping in. So come back and sleep in that bed.
So one of the things that I think helps about that pause button that I was telling you about in terms of
Yeah.
making the right decision is giving yourself that time to process through things. The best visual I've been able to kind of describe to people is that, imagine your head is a bowl of water, and at the bottom of it, there's settled sediment and dirt and mud. Everything is just calm and it's all good. And when we go through these tough situations, we're faced with a difficult choice or pressure's on or something. Um, it's like someone pokes a stick in there and stirs up all that muddy water, and all of a sudden you can't see or think straight. I sometimes people do well under pressure situations, some people don't. But if you can ask or take a few minutes just to process through something, or sometimes you can ask somebody, hey, can I get back to you later today? Or I need 30 minutes to process what you just said, and then we can come back to it. What you're doing is you're giving all that craziness a chance to settle back down, and then you can make a sound choice with a clear conscience and come back to that situation or that conversation or whatever it may be, and kind of quiet down that impulsiveness. I'm a very impulsive person. So this, the other day I was on Costco, the website or the app or whatever, and they had this push golf cart that I really wanted. I love golfing. I've been wanting one forever, and it's at a killer price. And I was like, hey, what do you think? She's like, it's your money, dude. So I was like, hold on. Let me just wait a minute. I didn't buy it. I had my pause button. It's like, how much am I actually going to use this? So it doesn't really matter what it is. It could be
You'll be on a golf
purchases.
cart instead, my friend. Trust me. I know as much as you want to walk. I
Oh
say
my
it all the
gosh.
time. I think I walk maybe once every 3 years. You know what I mean? So
Dude,
you're not going to do it.
exactly. So my
But it's
point
a cool
is
thought, though. It's a great
just
thought.
like slow down, let the dust settle, give yourself a second, and then you can make better decisions.
Dude, I bet you smack the ball as tall as you are, don't you, man? How long's your drive?
Shoot, anything over 280, 290 is huge. I'm always shooting for 300 though. If I can hit 300,
I
I'm
guarantee it,
stoked.
man. You're long, dude. I guarantee you're like, see ya. I
I
promise you,
played a
man.
lot of baseball growing up, so there's a little. I do the hips, I gotta do the
Yeah.
hips, and
But that's okay as long as you can figure out how to keep your swing and plane. That's the key to golf, man. Everybody has a different swing. There's a lot of base. It's no one's perfect except for a couple of those guys out there and women. Oh my goodness, they're amazing. But anyway, no, man, I love golf too. It's always a fun thing because it's like life. It's always something to work on. There's always something to get better at. But when you just takes that one good shot to make you come back, that's it. Literally that one putt,
oh man,
that one drive. You hit that drive, you're like, tink. All right, bro, I'm coming back next week.
keeps me coming back. Let's
what
go.
up? You all saw that 320 carry, right? So
hey, putt, dude, let's go.
yeah, that long ass putt, that 30 footer,
Oh, exactly.
bottoms. Everyone's like, how'd that go down? It had like a complete C on that mug. But no, golf is great, man. It's a great thing to keep your brain going. It's good for your heart. Something you could play into your much later years with everybody in your family. You could play generations of people come out together and play. You could have like great grandkid, all that kind of stuff out there playing together. So anyway, man, fifth and final question, bro. Cinco questions. Okay. Out of all the things that you've been through in your life, business, everything, what has been the greatest reward for you from all the things that you've put together to put to where you're at today?
Ooh.
Sip it slow.
I think the life that I built for my wife and children at this point, it's not crazy luxurious. It's not, we don't, go on crazy vacations. But as a 22-year-old kid, to be told that you're about to be a dad when that was absolutely not the plan. Uh, I mean, to me, the obvious was, or the choice was obvious at the time, but to be able to pull my bootstraps up and fight and battle and keep growing and surround myself with people that help me continue to do those things uh, has been incredible. It's pretty often that I'll stop and reflect on what I've built, not only with my wife, but as an individual. Um, Obviously, a lot of it I couldn't have done without her, but I'm pretty damn proud of where we've gotten to today. I'm 32 years old. I have four healthy, beautiful children that are in good schools. We have a beautiful home. I get to hang out with them all the time. I have a career that allows me to be with them all the time and play golf and I just like the structure of our life. And I attribute that to me just in that moment when I was 22. I pulled my boots forgive my language that's about to come out of my mouth right now, but I pulled my fucking bootstraps up and I got it done. And I got a long way to go.
Damn
But
right.
I'm stoked
Brother.
about where we're at and I'm really proud of
You
it.
gotta say that.
So just what I've built for my family and to give my kids the best opportunity to really flourish and grow. So I'm stoked about that.
Brother,
Man, dude. That is a great reward.
yes.
And that is like
So
amazing, dude. And 10 years where you're at now from the time you're 22, I remember that feeling of being told, oh, you're going to have a kid. I'm like, okay, I can't be a kid no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, life was fun. Like, I was an adult. I mean, I'd already done 4 years in the military. I was going to college. I was an adult, right? I wasn't a kid anymore. Didn't have, but as soon as but I was still a kid. You know what I mean? Like, I was in just like, didn't have no care. I didn't care how much money I had in the bank. I didn't care about anything. All I wanted to do was hang out with my homies, play freaking PlayStation, Tiger Woods, Madden, all the good ones. NCAA, when they used to let us do that. Now that they're going to do it again, I'm so excited. But anyway.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
Yeah. Now that they can get paid, they're going to let them. So anyway, so it's like, it was fun, man. It was good times. But then that happened and it became better times. I grew up really fast. I had to make decisions that were things that I wanted to make, but quicker. I had to take bigger risks. I had to become better. I had to grow. I had to make mistakes multiple times over and over and over. Right. But learn from them and grow and get better to where I'm at now. I'm 20 years into that type of story. Right. And to see where you've come in 10 years, bro, great job. Congratulations. To have a family that's amazing like that. You're going to see them give another 10 years from now, brother. Your heart's going to start hurting a little bit because they're going to all start shifting into a new world. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a beautiful feeling. It's bittersweet, but amazing. But enjoy the voyage, slow down, enjoy every moment. I know you do those things. I don't need to tell you these things, but I'm just saying it because, I love you, so just make sure that you just enjoy those moments, man. And just, like you said, it's not about the luxurious vacations. It's just about those moments together, the memories, because the vacations are not what's remembered. It's not about, oh, I remember being at this park, or I remember when we were there and we did this. You remember when we were there? Because even when you take them somewhere, if you don't spend the time with them, they don't remember it. Matter of fact, they don't remember anything about you. So it's about those times. Even when you get mad at those times, you could be out there and I could be at Disney World and get frustrated. We'll talk about it and we'll laugh about it later because that's what love is and what family is. So, man, I'm excited to hear those stories. Like I said, 5 years, bro. Can't wait to hear some more.
Wow. You're years beyond me. You've got, plenty to share with me that I haven't gone through yet, and I'm happy to learn and listen and take notes. But, unfortunately, it took me about 5 years of just I was having a hard time letting go of like the bitterness almost, the rug was pulled out from underneath me and man, I was supposed to go do all these things. And all of a sudden, I'm not living the same as all the people around me that are I was 25 with 2 kids, and I was just in a different world than all the people that I was surrounded by. So
Yep.
the perspective that we gained, actually, Kendra and I, over the years was that, hey, you know what? We're going to be 55 when our last child graduates college, assuming she goes, or it takes her 5 years to graduate. Maybe she won't even go to college, but if she does, and it takes her 5 years to graduate, we'll be 55 years old, 54 and 55. That to me is an exciting opportunity to live our best life and take those
Yep.
things that we wanted to do when we were 22 to 30 and
Yeah.
do them on the back end of our life when we're more financially stable,
That's the
our kids
coolest
are
part.
grown.
Tell it.
And so the perspective and the shift in mindset was a pretty big one for us, especially me. But you know, it's
Yeah.
been amazing. Like I said earlier, to be able to turn the page on having kids
Mm-hmm.
and start writing the chapters about raising kids is a pretty sweet feeling, and I'm stoked about it. I really am.
Keep writing them chapters, man. And you're so right. The perspective is 100%. Because
Yeah,
I,
you
you know,
should be excited.
those things, those memories, those moments, and all those things that are coming up. They're great. You know, to think about your 50, you know, mid 50s, and you're going to still be young enough to really enjoy life still. But like you said, financially set. A lot of people do the financially set, have kids, do it that way. That's cool, but you're gonna be old as hell when they get out, right? So it's so you're gonna be the
Yeah,
grandparents that they're gonna be like, is that your grandparent? No, my parents, right? So
that's my parents.
that's okay. I've said that I've been around those because my son, you know, he's being around different parents, and they're all great. I've had great times and hung out with a lot of them. A lot of them are just amazing, just different stories. It's cool to see the different age groups. But you know, I did it semi young too, so it's fun though. But it's great because I have one child, right? So I've got that moment where
Yeah.
my son's got one more year. So if, let's say my son takes 5 years, I have 6 years left. So I'll be 48 years old when my son is 5 years into college. You know what I'm talking about being young. Woo, dude! I'm talking like Costa Rica, everywhere I want to go. I'm like,
Let's go.
for 3 months. All I need is some
You already
internet
know.
and a computer, and let's go. You know what I mean?
Let's
I'll
go.
be doing all my Zoom meetings there. Car guy coffee. Let's brew. I'll be drinking Costa Rican coffee down
Hey,
there.
it's a new sense of freedom. I can only imagine it right now, and you're right there. You know, my daughter turns 9 in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's so
In
awesome.
my mind, that's like halfway
Whoa,
to
yeah.
moving out of my house. That what?
Yeah, dude.
What?
That's where we're at, bro.
Yep.
That's
What?
where we're at.
All
Wow.
right.
It
Let's
goes,
go. Let's
but-
make it a good one.
It's gonna
but
keep going.
you're gonna be sad either way, especially with a daughter. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine
Oh,
losing
dude,
two of them.
I
Oh,
can't
my
even go down that road. I'm an emotional dude, so when I recognize I'm going through something tough and challenging, I let that shit out, man. I'm a crier sometimes.
Go,
let
Kendra
it go. Let it
Kendra will
go.
come check on me, and I'm like, I'm good. She's like, Are you good? I'm like, Nah, I'm not good.
That's right.
Just love on
Gotta
them,
be
man.
good.
You're
Gotta be
fortunate to have
Yes.
children. And first of all, a lot of people out there can't have them. You're so lucky, man. And we all are.
For
We're
sure.
lucky. I'm lucky. I always say I'm blessed to have one. I always wanted a girl too. I love to have a boy. I was so happy to have a boy first, but I always wanted a girl really bad. But it's okay. I'm happy. I have one amazing son that's just super radical, dude. Right. So I absolutely love him. I enjoy spending time with him. You know, so I'm looking forward to watching him become a man, but I really are going to miss him being a kid. I really am, because it was a lot of fun hanging out with him as a kid and the wonder that he had in his mind. Like even now it's kind of like, stop being a young man. I want you to be a kid again.
Ask me a question that I don't
Cuddle with me.
know.
You don't want to cuddle with your daddy? You know,
Oh,
come on.
Yeah, it's a
You gotta
trip.
walk
You
up
know,
to teenage boys and grab their hand in public. They love it.
one thing, you know, I'm one of 6 kids, and so one of the things that I do envy about people with one child, and I'm just going to say this one thing, is the one-on-one attention. I've got 4 kids, man. So to equally divide my attention between them
I can't
is
imagine.
super challenging, and it's a balancing act, man. One of them needs this, one of them wants that.
Mm-hmm.
It's all over the place. One of them, you know, knows how to bug me. Just you know, pushing buttons, and I'm like, okay, what can we do to enjoy each other's time? And to replicate that 4 times is like, with one, you're like, all right, let's go do this. You're my little homeboy.
Simple.
I
It
do
just comes down to
envy that.
which parents are giving the most attention. Like, okay, no, I want some of the attention, right? That's the only thing. But you're right, man. And he was the first of all the grandkids on my side of the family, and my side of the family. So he was super like attention given. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, you're right. Lou has 4, so Lou knows what that's about. Lou knew how to manage this. He had a boy first, 2 girls in the middle, and then a boy at the end. So like he had to deal with all of the different things, and they in the age
we went opposite.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So you had girls, the boys, and then a girl. Congrats, bro. The baby girl. That's so amazing.
Hey, 2 and 2, Lou. You know what I'm saying? To be able to get 2 and 2,
yeah,
that is like
a blessing. I mean, it's been good to be able to just learn how to learn people differently by way of my kids and how completely different each of them are, and learning their love language, learning their pain points, right, individually is so important. But guess what? You were chosen for the job, right? I was chosen for the job. And guess what? You stepped up to the job. And salute to all you fathers that step up to the job every single day, because the biggest plague in our country, and I believe inside of this generation of humanity, is fatherlessness. The difference between this one now is to the ones during the World War II era is that our fathers haven't died. Men have not stepped up to the post like my brother Tim has, like my brother Fred has, and all of you other car guys that do step up every day and try to find that balance. It's worth the pursuit.
Yeah,
worth love, and it's always going to be the greatest reward that we can have is to see fruit come from those that come from us. And because that's everything that we pour into is to see this legacy carry on, that our children's children, the word says that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And that's not just money, folks. That's not just cars and houses. That's something of value. That's character. Legacy. That's core values that are consistently deposited.
It's a castle.
And I can get all metaphorical.
It's a rocket ship to Mars.
But I mean,
that's what I'm saying, folks. Listen, you could do anything.
Speaking of rocket ship to Mars, we do have a special friend that is out of this world, and he can ship a car anywhere in the galaxy that you need a car shipped. I'm going to bring back this handy dandy.
Use the Force Car Guy Coffee podcast and choose Don Brady as the winner of your video contest and make me a guest on your show. As far as what I'm passionate about, I think everybody on LinkedIn and on Facebook knows what I'm passionate about, and that's helping car dealers all over the United States with their transportation needs. I would do the hand gestures for the forgive, focus, and fly, but I'm holding the baby. Have a great day, and again, choose Don Brady. Use the Force.
How awesome. There he is.
Check this guy out right here.
Don, what's going on, buddy?
Brady. What's
up, bro?
Man?
He's there for you guys.
For you guys. He'll ship whatever it is that
you need, he'll ship.
We are so excited to be teamed up with a solutionary like Don, who is committed to making sure that your shipping needs get processed quickly and efficiently. And he is jumping on as a solutionary here on the podcast and making sure that this message of forgive, focus, and fly gets to you.
That's right.
You guys. Don Brady is a solutionary at heart and just an incredible guy that is all about legacy, and he will handle the needs that you are looking to get taken care of. If you got to get a vehicle from point A to point B, he is your guy.
You'll start noticing him up on the top left corner quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
Or you top right to you guys.
get
I'm
you
sorry.
some of that.
But man, folks, I'm so excited that we are now teamed up with Don Brady. This dude is my man. I'm so excited. He is a family guy first, always out there doing things for his father, for his daughter, for everyone that he can. And then he comes down and he's helping us out, trying to be part of the solutionary group out there, sharing the message of love. He's shipping the message of love. And I'm so excited to have Don part of us. Let's go, Don Brady, man. Congratulations for being one of the solutionaries.
Welcome.
We got everything going. So what's up, Timothy?
Tim, brother, we didn't tell you that we were about to go out of this world. We didn't tell you that we were going to leave the galaxy. Sorry about it. We didn't let you know that we were going to be shipped out of this world. But incredible solutionaries want to back up the message that you have. And we're thankful that you brought your message here tonight and that you shared your heart with us. You did it real, brother. You kept it real. And I honor that. I mean, seriously, he is an individual that stayed up late with us. To you, it's not quite as late, but it's later than usual. And you got a big show. You got to get started tomorrow. But hopefully we have enriched you with an incredible just dig into who it is that you are. Turned on the heat a little bit and brewed some solutions. Brother, I know that so many people can benefit from this. So whenever it is that you do hear this, reach out to Tim. Tim, how can they get a hold of you?
I'll just give you my cell. My direct cell is 408 722 0627. And you can find me on Clubhouse. You can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook.
Find him in the club.
I'm the only Tim Buich, the only one. B as in boy, UICH. Tim Buich. That's me. Or that sexy son of a Buich. I like it when Fred says it.
Yes.
Son of a Buich.
Son of a Buich. Yep. So that's me. If you wanna connect, holla.
Man, my brother just throws out his digits like that because he's all for the positivity. Nothing bad coming his way unless it's a problem that needs to find some solving. And I love it. I'm excited that we've had
what
you
a
on
show
the
tonight. Man,
wow.
Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for being the positive guy that you are. Thank you for being our friend.
Woo.
Thank you for knowing my name.
Yes.
Thank you for knowing my name.
You know the deal. Hey, folks, this guy is the man. Make sure you guys go check him out on the Clubhouse every Monday morning. What time is your Clubhouse tomorrow morning, sir?
Tomorrow morning, it starts at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be 90 minutes this time instead of 60. So come on in if you were looking for some help with goals and getting those networks smashed together to help each other.
Smashed up and positive, folks. And then there's Friday. He closes the week out with the Get Up. Now, you had the happy hour this past week, which was amazing. And thanks for having that. I had a great time showing up there for a little bit. I had to hop in and out, hop out, hit, hop, don't stop, a rocket to the bang, bang boogie. But I came in and I had fun in that one, man. It was a good one, dude. I loved it.
To the bang, bang.
That's right. Well,
I'm glad that you had a good time. Yeah, that's how we get down, man. Fridays, we get together to get down. Get down on it.
That's right.
Always, man.
Yeah, better believe it.
We appreciate you. We honor you. We are so thankful for you being here tonight. Car guys and car gals, make sure that you share this around. If you did not get the chance to get the entire brew, well, go back, rewind, listen to it, share it around, tag a car guy, tag a car gal, because this has been a great brew with an incredible man that has dropped some wisdom in this track. This is a full cup that you might need to sip on a little bit slower and maybe just hit the pause button. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, and we love you all. I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy. Hey,
I was too late on that one, but I had to throw it in there. But yes.
And this is my brother from another mother,
Fred, the subprime hero, Lenarts.
And we have been brewing with our friend, the one,
the only
Tim, handsome son of a bitch.
That's a son of a Dude, great times, man. So glad we did this tonight. Appreciate you for coming out and enjoying this. Good luck in the morning. Have fun, man. Crush it. Have fun. Crush it. Have fun and crush it. If I can make it, I will. That's right in the middle of my meeting, so I'll try to jump in and out. But I do appreciate you for having that because it's going to be amazing. I know it is.
Get up in there.
Get up in that.
Don't even worry about it. It's going to be amazing. I know it's the start to a new month and a Monday and all the things, but anybody and everybody's welcome to come in. And thank you both for having me on the show. We've talked about this for long enough for this to actually be reality and something that we're doing live. Pretty special stuff. So thank you for having me. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll be in touch soon.
No doubt, folks. This is live right now. Don't forget, here soon we will have this all back, and it will be all over the freaking places that you can listen to podcasts. So love you, man.
They can go to carguycoffee.com.
Carguycoffee.com.
Get some of that.
Carguycoffee.com.
Some of that.
Some of that.
All right, my friend. Well, Don Brady, welcome to the family.
Let's get a shot real quick for Don real quick. Let's get everybody same direction. All right, we'll keep that.
All right. Well, love you, man. So how was your experience on the Car Guy Coffee podcast?
I set one expectation. Otherwise, I had no expectations. My experience was I had a good time, and that was the only thing that I was expecting. I just wanted to come on, have a good time, enjoy myself, be real, and I checked all one of those boxes. No, it was incredible. You two are so easy to get along with and natural conversationalists. So it's really just a pleasure to come on here and carry a conversation with you. And I hope maybe someday in the future I could do it again. But overall, amazing. I highly recommend it.
Well, we'll have to catch the follow-up whenever we see you at the next event that we see you at. We'll get you live with us and right in the middle, and we'll make a sandwich. We'll make a Buich.
Yeah.
A fresh slice of Buich.
In between that Buich, right?
Buich.
I saw you guys do I saw you do your thing live at Digital Dealer. I would love to be there and do it with you live. That would be, how it is, in-person connection.
That's happening.
There's nothing.
It's happening. It'll be brought to you by.
It will be brought to you by.
Kentucky in a few weeks.
For real.
Hit us up, man. You know the deal. We'll definitely have to connect. Wish I could drink. I'm only day 13. Just finished it. So
stay strong. Stay strong.
Stay strong. You got this.
It's the toughest. No, it's not really that bad. I got it. All right.
Do it.
Well, man, go off, enjoy your family, go to sleep, man, get some rest. Good luck tomorrow. Folks, you know how to get a hold of us, www.carguycoffee.com. You know how to get it. That's right. Forgive, focus, and fly. You know how to get a hold of Tim, 408-722-0627. Pick up the phone. He's all about it. You can find him on Clubhouse, find him on LinkedIn, find him on Facebook, find him on Instagram, find him on wherever you could find him. He's there for you. He's like a good neighbor.
He's there.
Right. He's always there. So
khakis.
With his khakis on. All right. So, all right.
Ain't no bad.
On the real.
And we out. Car guys, car gals. Keep brewing solutions.
Love you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.